Hi there. If you're watching this video, it's probably because you're a student at Western and you need to conduct research for one of your classes here at college. Now, it might be that you have no idea how to navigate the Western Library homepage, and that's okay, you're not alone. I've been a student here at Western for a little over a year now, and I've been involved in my fair share of group projects for which we had to conduct research. I've also helped coach students through the researching project as an instructor's aide for the Com 101 public speaking classes. And something I've noticed is that a lot of students don't really know how to navigate the Western Library homepage. And if that's the case, I'm here to help. Now, here we are, you'll notice, on the Western Library homepage. One of the first things you might notice is that under this main search bar here, you've got a few different options. So one of the things I want to draw your attention to right away is that you can find databases by subject. So if you are writing a paper for a specific class that has a specific topic, I'm a communication studies major, so I may want to pick the communication subject. You can go ahead and do that here. There are a lot of different ones to pick from. I am, however, going to ignore that for the purpose of this tutorial because I am going to pretend that I am a Com 101 student. And for the Com 101 classes, one of the first projects you have to conduct research for is the informative speech, for which you need 3 sources. So I'm going to pretend that I'm conducting research for an informative speech, and I will start with this main one search bar here. One of the things I really want to inform students about, because I'm very passionate about, are some of the recruitment tactics to look out for that scams and cults use. So you see, I've already searched this before, and I'm going to go ahead and search just scams, cults, recruitment tactics, ? Because if I were starting on a regular search engine like Google or Bing, that's how I might use it. All right, let's go ahead and search that. You'll see here I only got 30 results. That's not very good. And looking at some of these top options here, they're really not what I wanted to talk about. So you've learned your first lesson. If you type in your entire search query into the search bar the way you might with a traditional search engine, if you do that with a library database, you probably will not get very good search results. Library databases operate a little bit differently. What you'll want to do is take your main query and try and break it down into some key search terms and keywords. So maybe instead of all of this, I just want to search scams and cults. Let's see what that yields. Wow, already? I've got over 3,000 results. Previously, I had 30, okay? So you can see that just by narrowing down those terms a little bit, it really widened the scope of what kind of results I've been able to yield here. And see in this left-hand pane, I can refine my results even more. Something I'm going to want to do, because we're currently distance learning because of COVID, I want to make sure that I select Availability WWU Online Resources. This means any of the resources that show up in my results are going to be accessible online. So you don't have to go anywhere in person. And you can see I could pick a specific format. I could pick a specific genre, creator. I'm not going to do that, but I will pick English as the language. I only speak English. I also will filter the date. So you want to typically, unless you are referencing a specific historic event, you typically want to find resources that are going to be probably within the last 10, 15, maybe even 20, if you're feeling adventurous, maybe even 20 years. So let's see, 2001, that was 20 years ago. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you see, you know what? That did not refine my results as much as I thought it would. But right away, I really like this top article that it's showing me. It's by Rod Frey, and it's called Now It's Marketing Cults, Brainwashed into Sales Scams. So this sounds interesting to me. I'm going to put a pin in it and I will save it for later so I can reference it again. And if I click this link here, see it says get access from, it will open the link in a new window, and that will take me to a digitally accessible version of that source. Also, since we're here, I'm going to draw your attention to the citation option. This is one of my absolute favorite things about the Western Library website. It has options for MLA, APA, Chicago, even MLA 8th edition. And this will give you an example of what your citation might look like. However, I will say, these are not always the most accurate, but it will give you a good idea of where to start. I always recommend that students sort of cross-reference this with an APA or MLA guide, depending on what you're being required to use for your specific class. My favorite is the OWL Purdue website. It is free and it is very, very user-friendly. Okay, so now that we've gone over some ways to refine your results from using this academic OneSearch main bar, I want to show you another way to refine your results. We're going back to the home page, and right under the main search bar, you'll see this advanced search option. We're going to click on that. Okay. So now that we're under advanced search, I am going to pretend for the sake of argument that I already read the Rod Frey article, and I learned that there is a common thread between pyramid schemes and multi-level marketing schemes. So what I can do here is enter a couple synonyms for my keywords. So let's say, oh, you can see I've looked this up before. I'm going to enter pyramid scheme and, see I've got and right here, multi-level marketing. Now, I am going to make sure that it's in English, and I want some more recent references. I'll say last 10 years. So let's hit one search. Okay, I've got 413 results. And again, you see I can even refine it more with these same options on the left side if I would like to. And let's see. This top one here, yeah, it looks exactly like what I want to talk about. I will put a pin in it and I will save it for later. Now, another thing I could do is if you have got a couple of synonyms that are very similar, but they're not exactly the same. If you don't want searches that have both of those terms in it, if you just want one of those, but not the other, you could pick not. You could also pick or. Now, if I picked pyramid scheme or multi-level marketing as something I wanted to show up in my search results, and I click search, you'll notice that the first results, when I picked and, I got 413 results. I have over 130,000 results this time. So this can be a really useful tool if you've got a couple of key terms that are similar but aren't quite the same. So now that you have gotten a little bit of a brief introduction into the Western Library website, one more thing I will show you is that on this homepage, if you scroll down, you've got the Haschel Research and Writing Studio here. If we click on that, it takes us to the Haschel Research and Writing Studio homepage, and these are their hours, winter quarter hours. They're still available to you even while we're online. So if after this video you still feel a little confused and you don't know where to start here. You know, go make a one-on-one appointment with one of the employees at the Research and Writing Studio, and they are happy to help you with the research and writing process. They're very friendly, they're very helpful. I've made use of the Research and Writing Studio before myself, and I always try to point students in the Comp 101 classes there as well. It is an incredibly useful resource, and again, you're already paying for it with your tuition dollars. So I hope that this has been useful to you, and happy researching and happy writing.